Is it? Are you getting kind of a sideways? Maybe it's just the stand. Hi, everybody. We're having stand problems. I don't know. Whatever it is. It also seems really far away.
Oh, you want me to come in?
It depends. How good do I look?
You look awesome.
Awesome. Yay.
Right, so, yeah, that's a good idea.
Do we have anybody yet? Am I talking to real people?
We have Linda Luther.
Hi, Linda Luther. That was a really high pitch. I don't know what that was, Linda. I'm sorry. No.
Well, you gotta put it in.
Where is it?
It's
Oh,
right.
I didn't. Hang on.
All right, and then.
Now I'm all wired for sound. Hi, Linda Luther.
Are you hearing anything?
I'm not hearing anything. Am I supposed to hear something? I don't usually do it.
Just keep vamping. I'm gonna go look.
I only hear things when you have a blog post thing, blog, whatever it is, running in the background. But yeah, that's it. Podcast, blog, pod. I don't know. They all sound the same. Do you have me yet? Brenda? Oh, Brenda has us now. Just now. She missed all the good, high-pitched, nasty. I sound good. Woohoo! Woohoo, woohoo. Let me know when people come on so I can say hi. Because we don't get that on that one anymore, do we?
You know, we have Linda, but sometimes we just.
Once we get the first one, that's all we get. So I'm sorry if we miss anybody, but we want to say hi.
Swipe left.
Swipe left. Now I'm going to disappear. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, and then Linda says you sound great. Oh, we have 10 people.
Yay!
Now we have Kathy Hooker.
Hi, Kathy Hooker.
Barb Navera.
How's Michigan, Kathy
Ben
Hooker?
Pinion,
Hi, Bev. Hi, Barb.
Tina Dillard.
Tina!
Hello, Irene.
Hi! I'm working on my quilt.
Brenda Rudzinski.
Yay.
Barb Navera says, can you see me?
Why? Should we see you, Barb?
Oh, say
I see Barb. I see. I don't know what I'm talking about, but okay. I see Brenda. I never watched Romper Room. My kids never watched Romper Room. Oh, okay. I only had 3 channels growing up. All 3 were Buffalo. I apparently missed all these important things because no Sesame Street, no nothing when I was growing up. Oh, I said that wrong. Captain Kangaroo. He was my hero. Do you know he spoke at Elmira College graduation the year before I graduated? That would have been just too cool. But anyway, I don't even know who spoke at our graduation. How bad is that? So,
who does remember that?
When I went to my son's graduation from Ohio Northern, it was John Glenn. And I was amazed the number. He's from Ohio. He was a representative or something, senator from Ohio. He got an honorary degree. And I was amazed how many kids had no idea who he was. No idea. But I did. I was extremely impressed. So, but anyway. So how is everyone doing this morning? We're getting ready. We're waiting for people to come on. Announcements. Let me do some announcements slowly so people can come on. We have a sale, and when Tara comes back, she will pan over slowly, not to give you all nauseous. Who says hi?
Dad says hi from your sister.
Ah, tell Dad I said hi. I miss Dad. I could see him.
Right now on my screen.
I'm frozen? It's because she's moving, I'll bet. Okay, stop moving. See if it comes back. It's not coming back. Are we frozen to everyone? If you could comment, that would be awesome. Because we're frozen on Brenda's computer. Well, actually, Tara's computer, but Brenda's watching it. So we're trying to show you all the amazing fabrics we have on sale. Is anybody commenting whether we're frozen or not? They are.
I'm going to get out and get back in.
This is a sale of all these fabrics that are here in the classroom. If it's a minimum half yard cut to take advantage of the sale, and it's 20% off the fabric as marked. And if you buy a full yard or full yards, we're up, okay. It's 30% off. And if you finish the bolt, it's 35% off. So if you're able to come in and take a look at these fabrics, there's some awesome stuff there. So Brenda and I are trying desperately not to go shopping. So that was a quick look at all of them that are on sale, and they're all here in the classroom. So you can just walk in, take a look. We've got them standing end to end. Take them out, look at them, and decide how many yards you need. If you need backings, we have some thicker bolts. If you need backings and you finish the bolt, it's 35% off. That's amazing. So please think about stopping in to see us. All right.
Bev wants to know if she can shop virtually.
Bev, you can always shop virtually. We can, I can do it after we get done with Facebook Live. We can FaceTime and you can shop virtually. So if anybody else is interested, you need to be aware that, Beverly's going to do some virtual shopping. So there might not be as many bolts left that you can see. All right. What we're going to do right now is first look, and Miss Tara is going to take over. And my phone just went off. Okay. Here she is.
Hi, friends. So we got a line in some time ago that we got it in, but we've been kind of holding it because we wanted to do something with it. And we just love it. It fits the desire that I've had to have some fabrics that might be good for boy quilts, like if you have a nephew or a grandson or something and you want to make a quilt for him. It's not really gender specific, but it's less pink than what we've had. So we just wanted to show you what we have. This is called Graze from Moda, and this is the first one in the line. And this is classic. Who is this designer? I think it's Sweet Fire Road. Sweetwater. I get them confused. They do these cute little panels. Well, they're not panels, but little directional signs, and they do them on different, with different themes, different fabrics. And that's for this one.
There's a chicken.
There's chickens and little barns, and we thought it would be really fun to kind of showcase our agricultural lifestyle here. And so this is one of the fabrics in the line. And then it came with some really cool blenders. This is the yellow, the group, little tiny dots. I think that we have a cream one with those little dots too, but I don't have it right here. And this is a red gingham. I know some people have come in looking for gingham of all shapes and sizes and colors. So if you're searching for gingham fabrics, that would be a good fit. That's a nice true red. Goes with the barns. And then this is called, can't remember. Oh, blue ribbon something or other. That'll make a great border or a binding. It's a nice medium blue, not a navy or a light blue, but just like a medium blue. Oh yes, Irene is giving me a reminder that, as always, we are doing the comment contest. So the more you comment, the more likely you are to win the prize, which is sort of a mystery, but I'll give you a sneak peek. Looks like this. But just a sneak. So that will go home with the person who makes the lucky comment, and Brenda will let us know toward the end. So this is a little pillow made by Linda, who is, you can tell her how cute it is because she's watching. And this is the pillow top, and then on the back, it's one of those envelope style things that we can slip a pillow form in. So adorable. This is made with these fabrics, and although not quite ready yet. We will have kits for this and something else that's going to be super fun, and we'll show it in the future, and then we'll have it hanging in the shop. But just to give you an idea of one of the many things that can be done with this line, here's the pillow that Linda made. And it is super cute, Linda. Thank you. All right, what's next? Okay, so the next thing we were going to talk about is classes. We have some cool classes coming up. We have the Hunter's Star Table Runner, which we showed last week at our Facebook Live and is available to look at here at the shop. We didn't take it down today, but it's using the Deb Tucker tool. Tell me what the tool's called. Rapid Fire Hunter Star Petite. We have those tools available, so if you've been learning along with our Tucker students, then you might want to take this class, and if you haven't, then you might want to take this class because it's a really cool way to make those Hunter Stars, which are kind of tricky. But Deb Tucker does a great job of perfecting the technique and then creating the tool to do that. Yep. Another class that we have coming up is borders and bindings. And I'm going to talk about one part of it because I'm going to teach one part of it, and Irene's going to talk about the other. And the part that I'm teaching is borders. And as you probably know, I am one of the long arm quilters here. And one of the things that we have noticed as we are putting quilts on the table, on the leaders, is it's really great when the quilt borders fit the quilt. Meaning, when the person who has made the quilt has cut the borders to size and eased in any fullness, it makes a big difference in how the quilt lays on the machine, and we don't end up with any kind of fullness or tucks. And so I wanted to pass on how the lesson or the method that I have learned to do that. And so if you struggle with that, if you're not sure how to put on your borders, if you are frustrated with the fact that a lot of times patterns don't tell you, they just say put the borders on, then this is a good class for you. It is on February 23rd, at 10 a.m. And it's a technique class. So you're going to bring in a little something that you want to put borders on, and we're going to cut those borders and show you how to put them on. And it's going to be a short class, but you're going to learn a lot of really helpful information that you can use in the future. And then Irene is going to talk about the second half of that day.
Okay, me again. Hi. As Tara said, on February 23rd, she's going to do borders in the morning. I'm going to do how to do machine binding in the afternoon. I do not hand bind. I don't hand sew anything. I barely do buttons if I have to. I just get a new shirt or something. So I do all my binding on the machine. Not only because I'm an impatient woman, but because it also is a much stronger binding, especially if it's going to be a well-used quilt. The binding takes the biggest hit on a quilt because it rubs against your face, it rubs against everything. So I like to do a machine binding. So my class is going to show you how to do that, how to figure out what you're doing, how to sew it on, and maybe do a decorative stitch to put it on instead of just a plain stitch or a zigzag stitch. I usually use a serpentine, but occasionally my machine will do decorative stitches. It just takes a really long time. So, but if it's a wall hanging, you might want a decorative stitch on it, or if it's a table topper. So we're going to talk about all that, and we're going to show it to you. And again, it's not a super long class, but if you bring in your sandwiched piece that has already been quilted, and again, it doesn't have to be fancy. You can just meander around it or draw lines or whatever, and we will bind it while you're here. So that is the binding class. You don't have to take both. You can take one or the other, but they are the same day. One's in the morning, then there's a break for lunch, and then one's in the afternoon. So that's borders and binding. March 3rd, we're doing social sewing, And we'd really, really, really like to get some people to social sewing. And if you don't know what that is, you come in at 9, you pay $15, and you come in at 9 and set up and sew until 4 o'clock. Okay, that's a lot of hours of sewing, and hopefully you're social also because you're chit-chatting with everybody. You get a $5 voucher that you will use in the store that day, and you can get more thread, you can get more fabric, you can whatever. Obviously, it will help you toward that. So that will be March 3rd. You do have to sign up ahead of time because we need to know how many we have. We have limited space. So we hope that you'll take advantage of that. Quilt Away. We're still planning for Quilt Away. We are up to 42. So we can take some more. And it is in Geneseo at the Quality Inn. And actually we're in the event center, the Oak Valley. And we have registrations here, or if you can't come in, send us an email and I will email you out the registration and so forth. You can do 3 days, you can do 4 days. Okay? So, and speaking of that, we have a couple retreat items. We started this last week. Was it week? I don't even know. The last time we were here, doing some things you might want to use, you might need for your retreat. What we have here are Moda project bags. They are clear, okay? And they are a zipper top, and they are vinyl. So you can put your project right in there, okay? This one is, hang on, I can do the math, about 13 inches square. 14, okay, I lied. 14 inches square. And we have a larger one if you have a larger project. Again, see-through. And this one is 17 inches square. And to give you an idea, this is Tara's project bag with all her stuff in it. See, it poofs out. Okay, this is flat because there's no air in it. But it poofs out. You can get all your stuff in here, and you're good to go. Okay.
That's for the, you can repeat this, that's for the
Tara's telling
Yellow
me something.
Brick Road
Oh,
project quilt that someday I will get out of that bag to make for my son.
this is her Yellow Brick Road project. All the fabric she needs. She has graciously put it all together. They're for her son Jacob, and this is as far as they've gotten. But we all know how that goes. So that's just to give you an idea. If you've ever done Yellow Brick Road, okay, that's a lot of fabrics in there. So 2 bags, 14 by 14, 17 by 17. And they're available on the website. And don't ask me how much they cost because these don't have stickers on them. Why don't they have stickers on them? Oh, I thought maybe, her workers were falling down on the job. It's possible. Yes. Hi, Kendall. Oh, I'm so glad you're watching. You didn't have to work. The 17 by 17 is $10.99. And the 14 by 14 is $9.99. Ooh, I'd get the 17 by 17 if I were you. Just, it's only $1 more. So.
Would you ever consider doing a virtual class for binding?
Sure. Who's asking?
Kendall.
Hi, Kendall. Or. Yep. That is my good friend Kendall up in Maine. I could. We can also do it at retreat, my dear. So, whichever you like. So, all right. So we're trying to come up with ideas that might help you for retreat. Okay? And I hope if you've already signed up, I hope you're getting your stuff together and that you're excited about it. I'm thrilled about it. 3 weeks from today, right, Brenda? 3 weeks from today, it starts. So if you're coming in on Thursday morning, give us till like 8:39 to get ready. And then it's 4 days of sewing. don't forget, my mom and my 2 sisters are going to join us on Friday because my mother has an appointment, doctor's appointment in Geneseo, so she wants to come see you all. So she's the one who makes your scrubbies, and then my sister Nancy will be there. She does the plastic canvas magnets and stuff. And then Donna's there because she's their chauffeur. So yes, they're going to be there. I'm very excited. She can't wait to come, really. And as you know, or may not know, she turned 95 on February 5th. So she wants to come see you. And my sister Nancy had a birthday on Valentine's Day, and she turned 70, which she probably really wouldn't want me to tell you. But anyway, she's cool. She's cool. All right, I'm going to do a demo today. And what I'm going to do it of is Lemoyne Star. And I don't know if I know you have, seen Lemoyne Stars everywhere. They are one of the most common block out there, next to flying geese. Okay, Lemoyne Stars. It is also happens to be Deb Tucker's favorite tool. So she, of course, has numerous patterns with Lemoyne Stars. So I am pulling out a mat, and I want to see if things will show up. We're going to move the camera, which means it might blur a little or it might stop. But here's the Lemoyne Star. Are you getting any glare? Looks good? Okay. So this is called Rapid Fire Lemoyne Star because you can do them faster and more accurate. If you are unaware of what a Lemoyne Star looks like, I will show you one. All right. This is one that uses the same fabrics for all the points. Okay. Here's another one done with batiks. And we even have thread. Yay. So there's another one done with batiks. Okay. Now, lots of Lemoyne Stars have 2 color. So this is a basic Lemoyne Star. Okay. So you can do it however you want to do it. I'm going to show you a 2 color, just because it's easier for you to see how the strips lay down. Now, this is going to be a little bit quick, but everything is in the sheet that comes with it. Okay, I showed you one before that looks like that. Yours isn't going to say Irene opinion, but it can if you want. And all the directions are here. Very good directions, by the way. Deb Tucker's very good. I have all kinds of little comments next to mine, so just ignore that. And this comes with a pattern for a Lemoyne Star sampler. Okay, it's called Constellation because of all the stars. And it allows you to try all the different sizes because, like nearly everything Deb Tucker does, there are multiple sizes that you can make with her tools. It's not a one size, that's it. It's multiple sizes. Gives you all the strip information and so forth. I'm not going to go in great detail about that because it would take a lot of time. I ran through this last night at home, and it took me 30 minutes. So I'm going to streamline it big time. Skip a couple steps and just tell you I did them. You're going to need strips. You need wide strips and you need skinny strips. So the wide strip is going to be the background. And the skinny strips are, oh my gosh, I can't even get them apart. The skinny strips are going to be your star points. So these are going to be my 2 star points. And these are my background. And you don't have to make the backgrounds the same, but that's the way you usually see it. All right. You will notice, probably upside down, that I have A and B. Okay? That's because I need to know which strip is going to be A and which strip is going to be B. If you don't care which way your points go, I'll give you a little hint. If you have a blue one, make it B. B for blue. It'll just save yourself a lot of hassle. And then whatever else I have is going to be A. What you have to do with these strips is you have to sew them together, but they must be staggered. Okay, they're going to end up looking like this. And all this is written in your directions that come with the tool. You stagger them by measuring. I have 2 layers, I'm sorry. Measuring down. There we go. Measuring down the width of your large strip. Take your other strip, and I'm using B for blue, okay? And I'm going to put it right, I'm going to watch my selvages, and I'm going to put it right where that meets the strip. Now, you can also just measure it and put a mark, but since I'm always in a hurry, I don't put a mark. And then I'm going to sew these strips together. So notice the B one is sewn that way. The A one is sewn this way. Same thing. I'm going to, oh, sorry, they keep flipping. I'm going to roll it down like this. Then I'm going to line this one up right where that meets. And then I'm going to sew it full length. Okay? 1/4 inch, your best 1/4 inch seam. Now let me show you what they look like when they're done. Here we go. So here's my B, and here's my A. And you will see that they are staggered. All right. The reason that we're going to do this is we are going to make an angular cut to get our strips. So we also have to press them correctly. The B's are pressed toward the small strip. The A's are pressed toward the big strip, or everything goes left, however you want to look at it. Then I'm going to layer them, and again, I'm going really fast. I'm going to layer them, put the B on the bottom, B on the bottom. And then I'm going to take the A, and notice they're staggered together. Okay, there's my A. And because I did them in opposite order, meaning one pushed up, one pushed down, I can nest them, and you can feel it right through here. If you were here, I'd have you come up and feel how flat it is, okay? Now, we need to make a cut. Now, you can use your Lemoyne Star tool, and you can line up, there's a 1/4 inch seam or 1/4 inch dotted line right here. I can line it up with my sewing line, and then take a straight edge and butt it up to it. And what that's giving me is a 45-degree angle. I can pull this away, and I can cut. Now, another tool that is invaluable is Creative Grids 6.5 by 12.5. I have like 7 of these because they keep getting put in with projects and I can't find them again. They have very prominent 45-degree line. They also have 60s and stuff like that, but 45 is what we are most concerned with. If you have this ruler, you can line up your black 45-degree line along the bottom of the strip, move it over so you can get as much out of your fabric as possible. Now, just to show you how well that works, this is what I would have done anyway. Okay? And it's perfect. Then I make my cut. 2 things you need: a good cut, oh my gosh, rotary cutter with a brand new blade. Now, if you had used the same color and you need to know, or you couldn't remember which one you put, it's right here. Now, I made B blue, so I can just chuck them. They're scraps. They're going to my mom to make pillows. All right. Now what I'm doing is I'm doing it as wide as this strip is. You may ask how I knew how wide to make my strip. From the chart in your directions will tell you what size strips you need depending on what size block you're going to end up with. I want an 8-inch block, so I made mine 2.5. It says 2 3/8 or 2.5. If it ever gives you an option, go for the easier one. which is 2 1/2. Then 3 3/4. So 3 3/4, 2 1/2. Now what I'm going to do is make my cuts at 2 1/2. So I can do this. Now that's only one cut. I need to do a second cut. That doesn't make a diamond. Okay? So what I'm going to do, I can do two things. I can either line this up with lines on a mat, or this also has a 45-degree up here. So I'm just going to line that white 45-degree line right along there at the end of my seam. And then, try not to cut my ruler. Now I've got my second cut. What this is going to give you, I'm going to move this out of the way. You would continue cutting your points all the way down through. What this is going to give you is this. Okay? This is A, this is B. So now what you're going to do is you're going to sew these on, each of your A's and each of your B's. You're probably going to have a stack of them because you need at least 4 sets to make a star. Okay? So you're going to sew those on, and you're going to end up with things like this. I'll give you one of those and one of these. Not too many of them. Okay? Now they're beautiful, but they need trimming. So this is where my Lemoyne star comes in handy. You want Invisigrip on the back, okay, so it doesn't slide. What we're going to do, I said I was doing a size 8, an 8-inch square. So I'm going to use my 8 lines, okay. Solid lines are even numbers, dotted lines are odd numbers. I know I'm doing an 8-inch square, so I want the 8. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take those 2 lines. I don't know how well we're going to get this on the camera. And I'm going to line them up right in the pocket here. So I have one line going up one side, one line going up the other. Okay? So I've got my 8 lined up. See how much extra I have? Isn't it beautiful? We have a little bit more than usual because we went to 2 1/2 instead of 2 3/8. But you know what? I'd rather do this than do it wrong. Then you're going to, and again, this is where a new blade is mandatory so that you're not wasting a lot of time. And then we'll cut down the other side. This works really well with a rotary mat, but I didn't want to pull my rotary mat out and take the time. And now my point is perfect because I've trimmed it down to where I need it. If you skip this step, your star's not going to look pretty, let me tell you. All right, so we have trimmed ones. And again, I'm going really fast. Always available for questions at a later time. All right, so when I set this up, it's important that you remember you need a square up here. We're making a big square, so you need a square here. Don't do this. That's not what we want to do. We want to do this. And now we're going to do it, put it together. Now, those of you who have followed any of my classes, you know I am not a pinner. I hate pinning, okay? But you have to here. These two nest perfectly because they're going in 2 different directions. So they nest right together. Right together. Then I put in a pin here, and I do all my pins vertically. Horizontally? I don't know, whatever. I do them so they stick out. And you always sew with your points first, okay? Because we don't want this to move. The other thing is when you have a sandwich seam, or excuse me, a nested seam, you should put it so the flap is up because your feed dogs will pull through and tighten that seam right together, okay? Sometimes you can't. Depends on the thing that you're doing, okay? And then as I'm sewing, you need a leader so this doesn't get bogged down. And then as you get to, and you need your little stiletto of some kind. I live for my purple thing, okay? Because we're going to keep all of this down and straight. As I get to my pin, I pull it out. Some people don't. I do because I'm paranoid. And then as I get here, I pull it out. And I'm going to keep this stiletto going to make sure this doesn't travel one way or the other. Then I'm going to, ta-da, ta-da, it's all sewn. Then I'm going to press open. Now, one of the reasons I press open, and I'm hoping this worked because I didn't check it ahead of time, is when I go to open this up, and you can use your strip stick for this. When I open this up to get ready to press it, this should be perfect. This should be a cute little point right there. Because, don't move, Tara. What that's going to do is mean your point right there is perfect. So I can tell right away if it's going to work. Because if this is wonky, time for the seam ripper. Something slipped. Okay? So you end up with 4 quarters. See how nice they are? Aren't they pretty? All right. You end up with 4 quarters. Now you're saying, well, that doesn't look like a star. And you're right, it doesn't. Because we have to put things together. So we are going to put 2 quadrants together. Now, depending on how well you know me, you may know I hate dog ears. They drive me crazy. But these are very useful dog ears because they're going to help you line this up. The other thing you're going to do is make sure that this sandwiches also. And if you got a little extra, you might have had a little wonky seam or something, you're going to ease it in. So everybody stays where they belong. And I do my pins. So if I were sewing this, it would look like that. I do my pins. I do this one so it's not my way. I got to make sure they stay put. I feed it into the machine to my 1/4 inch seam. And now I know these guys are lined up. Okay? Down here, pull that needle, pull this needle, and then I end up with a half. But then I have to put my halves together. Now, look at all those pins, and I'm a non-pinner, but let me tell you, I'm a pinner when it comes to this. I line these guys up the way I always did. They nest. This, you can use the dog ears if the dog ears are your friends. However, I do stick and stab. So you can see where it meets right there. So I stick that one. Then I go over here where it meets and I stab that one. I would actually do this first before I did this. Then once I get that pin, notice it's standing, can you see it? It's standing straight up. Then I do the pin on each side. And I sew very carefully, 1/4 inch. And again, keep your purple thing or stiletto handy to help get through all this. When you're going to pull this one out. When you get to here, you want to make sure you hit that spot where they meet, right there. And then you keep going. I did a messy pinning job there. And then what you end up with, after it's been trimmed all the way around, is a perfect Lemoyne star. Look at that! Isn't that pretty? And these guys look pretty because the tool helps you do all that. And the good pinning, a perfect 1/4 inch seam, or as perfect as we can get, and so forth. All right, that's the basic Lemoyne. Just to show you what you can do with these. There are other kinds of Lemoynes. Deb Tucker has technique sheets that she will use. She has one that's called banded Lemoyne, where you create these bandings before you put everything together. we have Blazing Lemoyne. It's a diamond that looks like that. Okay? And then you put it, isn't that pretty? I want to make my granddaughter a quilt that looks like this. Like, because she doesn't have any quilts, I've only made her 5, and she's just over a year old. This is a fussy cut Lemoyne, where I fussy cut with my Lemoyne tool up on this end. You see all these lines? That's what this is for, is to fussy cut so you can get what you want out of them. Okay? This is a strip pieced Lemoyne. So you're doing them in strips to create your diamonds. Then we have a Liberty Lemoyne. And I did it in red, white, and blue because it was called Liberty. That's how I remember. And again, it's similar to strip piece, but there's more strips. Okay? Then you don't have to put it together in a star. You can do, I'm going to turn that upside down for you, Lemoyne's as triangles, where you make the pieces, put them together differently, and then put a whole piece on the bottom. And one last thing to show you, you don't even have to do this. And you might need to go out a little bit for this one. This is made with, these are the Lemoyne quarters over here. So instead of putting them all together in the middle, I put them on the outside. These are flying geese going opposite ways and a square in the middle. And that's how you make that block. So you don't even have to put them together. There's another pattern for Deb, and I couldn't bring the quilt because it's queen size. And what it does is it takes these Lemoyne points and it zigzags them down through it's called Irene's favorite block. No, I don't believe so. It sometimes is on different patterns, so I kind of stole it. So it's also in the Tucker University collection too. So, all right, just to show you, we got lots of colors. Okay, you can do it any size you want. Here's a nice big one. And these are all going in that constellation pattern that I showed you. That was an extremely fast lesson in Lemoyne stars. These, of course, are extra because they are text sheets. So they would be in addition to the regular Lemoyne. You need to know how to do a Lemoyne to do these, and then the sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want. You can design. That's my next step, is design. Design my own quilt. So, all right.
Will you leave those on display?
Sure. I don't know where, but we'll find some place to put them. Okay. So, I hope that was helpful. We're trying to show you some different things.
The tripod just got caught on my boots.
Oh, the tripod had a little issue with Tara. So, if you ever have any questions, you can always contact us, and hopefully we will be able to answer them, which is helpful. Yes. So, in case I hadn't mentioned, I am a certified Deb Tucker instructor. That's, Studio 180. That's why I have all this stuff. So, I also can help with any other tools that you may have or want to work with. So, just coincidentally, our item of the week is going to be the Lemoyne Star tool. It is normally $40.50, and we are selling it for $30.37. I hope that's the number that she gave me. So, this is fantastic. I love Lemoyne stars.
And this is the pre-order.
This is a pre-order item of the week. You have until Sunday night at midnight to either pay for it on the website, or you can always call us. Don't call us Sunday night at midnight. Call during store hours if you have a card on file, or you can give us a card or you can come see us. We would love to see you. So, $30.37. Okay? And you can do all this amazing stuff. Okay? All right. Any questions? Let Brenda know. Well, put them in the comments and hopefully we can answer them. All right. I'm going to let Tara finish up here. Hopefully I was able to go fast enough. She doesn't have to worry about it. I'm trying to get all my stuff out of the way.
There you go. Just walk over.
So, as if I don't have a tripping hazard already attached to my leg, which, you know, if you haven't seen me in a while, I have a boot on my leg. I re-left a whole pile of tripping hazards on the floor, so I made it. I made it, though. Okay, so...
Ask people if they're still frozen.
Okay, Irene is pointing out that someone is saying that they're frozen. Are we still frozen? I guess if we don't hear anything, we are. And if we do, we're not. Right?
I haven't gotten any more comments, have you? No.
We're good.
Okay, we're going to continue.
All right.
You can always watch the replay.
So, we're going to do one new thing to close, but before we do that, Brenda, do we have a winner for our comment prize? Brenda's on a bit of a delay here. She has her headphones in, so. Oh my gosh! Barb! Barb Navarra wins again. I think she won last week, too. So, Barb, come pick up your prize. You are lucky lady today. All right, so I've been watching other Facebook Lives because that's how I get good ideas, is by borrowing them from others or stealing them from others. But if you are another shop watching this Facebook Live, feel free to steal any of the ideas that we have, because if they're helping the people that we're serving, then they're good. So, and this one came from a quilt shop that I don't even know where it is. But anyway, I watched the Facebook Live this morning, and they did something fun. At the end of their Facebook Live, they did a 3-2-1 sale. And what they did was they had one bolt of fabric that they put up. This is mine. That they did something different. And this is going to be $3 per yard. It's going to be out in the shop. You don't have to hunt. We'll have it right out on display. And this is going to be our $3 per yard fabric. This is a beautiful ivy and teal and green print ivy from In the Beginning. It was part of the Patricia line. And so this is going to be for sale for $3 per yard.
Good for St. Patrick's projects.
Yep, good for St. Patrick's projects, Brenda's pointing out.
Do they have to comment that they want it?
You don't have to comment that you want it, but if you want to comment, you can do that and then come and pick it up. Or you can just order it on the website, or you can come in the shop and order it. It can work anyway. So that's our 3. Until it's gone. Irene is mentioning. Our 2 is a $2 pattern. So this time we're doing this in addition pattern. Brenda made this quilt and just loved it. But we have a few of the patterns left, and we don't have the sample anymore, so we thought we'd put that up as our $2 pattern. So those are going to be on the website. You can comment if you want.
67 by 89.5.
The quilt is 67 inches by 89.5, and it's jelly roll friendly, or you can use 2.5-inch strips.
And they could change the size by taking out.
Yep, you can change the size by taking out blocks. So that's going to be a $2 pattern. And then we're going to do a one left. So this is a Creative Grids brand 8.5-inch. What is it called? I can't remember. Log cabin trim tool. Regularly $22.99. That one that we have left is going to be $12.99. So if you do a lot of log cabins and you want to use that tool, we've used these before, and they are really handy when you're doing a log cabin quilt. So that can be yours for $12.99, but there's only one left. So if you want it, you better let us know. So that is all that we had. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who joined us this morning, and hopefully you enjoyed the demo that Irene gave. I actually did not know how to do those, and so I learned a lot, so I hope you did too. And thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. That's you, Irene.